Hi there. So, I hope I can speak softly. I have some oral cards here, and also I'll read actually from Wikipedia because I I know there are those programs about living in Sweden. Actually, I should ask this. There is a woman here. She's with my cousin. She's from Canada, Laura, and I just saw her now here on the Facebook. Anyways, she could maybe tell something about that. What that would be. I mean, compare. I have nothing to compare with, so I will see if something comes up. I could have checked it. It's not interesting to me really. So, if you have questions about that specific ones, then I can talk about that. And I've lived in different parts of Sweden. It's a very long country, although not so large. So now when I live up north, it's as far from here to Gothenburg and those parts where I lived before as it is from there to Rome. So it's like huge distances, yeah. And also up here north, we are used to those distances. It's very common to like go like 20 kilometers or whatever. Well, no, not 200. I mean, kilometers. Yeah, that's like too much. Never mind. Oh, this starts out bad. Yeah. So, like over the day, it's like nothing really exactly up here, as it would be more so in southern Sweden where things are closer. But yeah, I will try if you give me something to talk about. But also, as I said, I have some oracle cards here, and so if anyone is interested, even tarot cards. So I know that Kara asked for me to do this not live, but I'm bored by myself. So it feels now when I'm used to chatting sometimes with you, I find that much more fun. Also, even if someone doesn't show up, at least the possibility is there. And yeah, I also don't, what don't I? I don't, I forgot what to say even. Yeah, I've been out in the sun all day. Yeah, I've not hidden any comments, and so when they aren't allowed, it's some sort of suddenly very strict. I mean, on here, I saw the previous one also. The commentary was blocked. I don't know whatever that could be been about. That I said I tried to be careful not to say things that aren't obviously allowed anymore. Let's say, and so the censorship is making that. Hi, there is someone else coming in here. So I will check I have Wikipedia up about Sweden. I will just check that. And then if someone have a question, I can't have you up at the same time when I read those. So I will check back if there are comments coming. So let's see. I won't read it all. I will just see if something pops up to me. Sweden, the kingdom of Sweden. Yeah, we have a king. By the way, if you didn't know, I don't know what to think about that. I have thought it was like a bad idea. Then I heard, I mean, if you talk like this, you go into politics a lot though, but I heard that they actually, when it comes to finances and let's say rumors maybe or whatever, they say that they, or I mean, not rumors, but like what we are known for and such, that they actually bring in more than they take, so to speak, the more than they earn, because they, yeah, kind of you know, make commercials almost like for this country. I don't know if it works well. But yeah, so I don't know. But aside from that, I think it's a strange idea in modern times to have some, I mean, in family lines also, like they get born into having that kind of money and status and whatever, which could maybe go to other things needed. I don't know. I'm not very into politics though. But that's how my thoughts have been going around that. Although I know there are many who appreciate them a lot, so I don't really have a big thing to say about that. But it is still, yeah. Maybe I should read, since you maybe don't know about Sweden. I probably don't know a few things here myself. Another Nordic country in Northern Europe. It borders Norway to the west and north, Finland to the east, and connected to Denmark in the southwest by the bridge tunnel across the Öresund Strait. At 450,295 square kilometers, Sweden is the largest country in Northern Europe. This third largest country in the European Union. The third largest country in the European Union. I didn't know that. And the fifth largest country in Europe. Didn't know that. This is fun. If this is right, I read from Wikipedia, I said, so maybe this is not right even. The capital city is Stockholm. Sweden has a total population of 10.4 million and a low population density of 25 inhabitants per square kilometer. 87% of Swedes live in urban areas, which cover 1.5% of the entire land area. Up here, there is lots of spaces that are, well, not wild, but not populated, let's say. The highest concentration is in the central and southern half of the country, yeah. I will see if someone commented anything. No. I will keep talking. I learned something. I like to learn something, though. I didn't know that. I mean, people may know this, but I've never been very interested, so I know it's very long, though, since many of my, loved ones live in the south of Sweden, so they are far away, even before this whole thing went down. I won't even mention it, because then maybe the comments get forbidden. I don't know. So yeah, and it's also up north here, the Sápmi, the Sami people's area is also from, maybe not from Russia, but Finland. It stretches over Finland, Sweden, and Norway, at least. So, but it's not mentioned here, obviously. So, but it's part of the country, but it's the natives, and we have, or they. I don't know how to express it. I feel like I belong to it in my heritage, but I don't have haven't been taught in their traditions and so. But yeah, they have their own little government and such, and flag and whatnot. That's that. I wonder if that's just in Sweden, though. Actually, I don't think that is for the whole of Sápmi. I'm not even sure about that. No, I think that's related to the laws of Sweden and how they are treated, and the whole about the land and about the lifestyle to be able to keep that and so on. Sweden is part of the the geographical area of Fennoscandia. I've never heard that word. And the climate is in general mild for its northerly latitude due to significant maritime influence. In spite of the high latitude, Sweden often has warm continental summers. Yeah, super hot even. But not today. It was like, I don't know, well, 20 maybe degrees Celsius. Being located in between the North Atlantic, the Baltic Sea, and vast Russia, the general climate and environment vary significantly from the south and north due to the vast latitudinal difference, and much of Sweden has reliably cold and snowy winters. Not so much those as when we were kids. They were really, really cold and much more snow. So, southern Sweden is predominantly agricultural, agricultural, while the north is heavily forested. It was until they cut it all down. Now it's like this kind of a just a little bit of forest alongside the roads almost. It's cut a lot and includes a portion of the Scandinavian mountains. Let's see if someone comes in. No. Okay, I keep going. Right, and I have the doors and windows open, so maybe you hear that. Germanic peoples have inhabited Sweden since prehistoric times, emerging into history as the Geats, Swedish Götar, yeah, and Swedes, Svear, and consulting the sea peoples known as the Norsemen. An independent Swedish state emerged during the early 12th century. After the Black Death in the middle of the 14th century killed about a third of the Scandinavian population. The Hanseatic League threatened Scandinavia's culture, finances, and language. I've never heard about these things, I think. And this is also historical, I'm sorry, but still. This led to the forming of the Scandinavian Kalmar Union in 1397, which Sweden left in 1523, when Sweden became involved in the 30 Years' War on the reformist side. An expansion of its territories began, and eventually the Swedish Empire was formed. This became one of the great powers of Europe until the early 18th century. Swedish territories outside the Scandinavian peninsula were gradually lost during the 18th and 19th centuries, ending with the annexation of present-day Finland by Russia. Russia, you say maybe Russia, I don't know, anyway, in 1809. The last war in which Sweden was directly involved was in 1814, when Norway was militarily forced into a personal union, which peacefully dissolved in 1905. What? Since then, Sweden has been at peace, maintaining an official policy of neutrality in foreign affairs. Well, anyways, I will just read it as no. In 2014, Sweden celebrated 200 years of peace, breaking even Switzerland's record for peace. Sweden was formally neutral through both world wars and the Cold War. Albeit Sweden has since 2009 openly moved towards cooperation with NATO. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Hey, hi, loose love. So I'm trying to learn about Sweden and talk about how it is to live here. Do you have any questions on that, or any questions otherwise to the oracle cards? Not about that. Let's see now. I keep going, and I will check back to the page because I read from Wikipedia now. I'm just thinking about this whole thing that it was not so neutral though, and there is lots of hidden things that, yeah, obviously aren't open then because they're hidden. A lot of things have been going on. Probably the case more or less everywhere, but we have been, as I've learned lately, central to a lot of, well, let's say all but neutrality then. So I don't know what to say about that more. Let's see if you say something. No, you said hi. Let's see if someone says something on Facebook. Yeah, a little hug from someone. Never mind. So whatever, Sweden. Oh, I want to talk about these things, but I'm really bad at remembering things like this. It slips my mind like facts and stuff, especially like numbers or years or whatever. But also just I don't it can't stick with me really much. But I have a vague understanding of certain things that have been going on, but I don't think I should go into that I've learned lately. And probably it's important to go into it, but I think I do it injustice if I try. So, oh, I don't even speak maybe softly now. Yeah. I also thought about this one time I have mentioned this before, but but I mean, it wasn't the whole of Sweden. This is just personal stuff, like not personal, but I mean, even now I went to this little place just close by here or this church by here actually, where they have those bullet holes from the Russians who were here fighting. And yeah, or Sweden helped Finland, I think it was then, as I've learned. Anyways, I didn't know about this because I've only heard about peace. and I did this psychic reading, and for someone who lived like yeah, a bit from here, not far from here. And it was really strange because I had no clue about history at the time. I don't have a lot now, but less than. And I saw that they had kept like war prisoners. I thought it was, but it was actually a hospital for soldiers, like beforehand. And she talked about this like, yeah, what is it called now? Anyways, it wasn't the whole of Sweden. It was up here, like with the Russians then. So, but I mean, I don't think they count that though. But I was surprised because I was so sure that it hadn't happened forever. Even that, I mean, those conflicts in when it comes to weapons and all between countries, there are other things going on with the information and with the yeah, controlling resources and such. But yeah, anyways, let's see what someone says. Someone says just hi. If you want to ask me something about how it is to live in Sweden, I don't know if I can answer really, but I do live here, so I just don't know what to compare with, and I'm too lazy to figure out fun things other people have said. So let's see now. Sweden is a constitutional monarchy and a parliament democracy with legislative power vested in the 349 member. Oh, I don't even bother to read this. Or do I? On a cameral Riksdag. It is a, yeah, I do that anyways. It is a unitary state currently divided into 21 counties and 290 what? How do you even say that? Municipalities. I don't know. Sweden maintains a Nordic social welfare system that provides universal healthcare and tertiary education for its citizens, whatever that is. It has the world's 11th highest per capita income and ranks very high in quality of life, health and education, protection of civil liberties, economic competitiveness, income equality, gender equality, prosperity, and human development. Sweden, it says, Sweden joined the European Union on 1st of January 1995, but has rejected NATO membership as well as Eurozone membership following a referendum. It is also a member of the United Nations, the Nordic Council, the Council of Europe, the World Trade Organization, and the Organizations of Economic Cooperation and Development. All right. What to say about that then? Oh my. Yeah. I mentioned this before, and as I said, I don't want to talk about politics, but how to even go into a country, even if you don't speak about politics, I don't even know. But as said before, I consider myself some sort of spiritual anarchist, and as such, I don't really have a positive view of what it would be, let's say, without a government, but I don't really think this have to be the best way either. But when it comes to this whole, how it's described here, how it is here, I must say the reality of how lots of people experience it is not true. Today I met a guy. I was walking and I walked past those where those bullet holes are, those little houses beneath the church. Let's see if someone said something. No. And I met this guy or man who, as several that I've talked to and so on, I've never had a lot, and I don't even. I mean, I'm appreciative to our country, and it's the most beautiful country I know as of yet that I've been to. Also, I haven't been to so many, but I just love it. I love the land itself. But then I think, yeah, I don't know what to say because, as I said, I've not been engaged in politics and those kinds of things a lot. So, oh gosh, I forgot to speak softly. Well, but anyways, I met him, and he is like those poverty elders. And I mean, there are those who have a high lifestyle, pretty many, I guess. But how I cannot talk about the wholeness, but I guess there is a lot more who don't. And also it will be more considering the whole economic system that is built on debt and interest and so on, which it leads by its own mechanisms to more poor people and very less, a few more rich than. So that's like, yeah, I can't even, I could explain it maybe, but I won't go there. But it is like that anyways. And so, I mean, even if these have been probably the way of viewing it, I don't know if many do so now. Actually, maybe. I mean, there is a lot of positives. There is a lot of positives here. As I personally, experience, I have a good life. And as I said, I can't compare with others easily either. So, but and also all these things when it comes to very high ranks in education, it says I don't think that's true actually anymore. And protection, it says like this: protection of civil liberties. How interesting in these times. Who ranks that? I mean, really. And when it comes to this whole, oh, I go into all kinds of touchy things now. When it comes to this whole gender equality and that, recently I read that they will allow in sports for I don't care a lot of sports about sports either. So, but they will allow whatever gender, not maybe like randomly, I don't know, but what gender you identify with as you will be allowed to play sports in that group of or that gender group, let's say, and like if it's the women's football, whatever, or the opposite, but there is a lot of problems with that because it will probably lead to no women being in those top sports. Then I'm sorry if anyone feel offended by this, but I mean, in the long run, how not that women are weak, but physically, usually men are stronger. So, or males, those who are born males. I mean, you can add stuff, and I don't know, but that would be seen as a forward move, I would assume. I mean, in this context of gender equality. But what about those? I thought about that. What about those who are gender fluid then, or identified as that, as I would have actually maybe done? I don't know. But anyways, could they then participate in both when when they feel like more? Maybe actually I've never identified as anything. I've identified as a soul, I guess, and felt very distant to all those frames of sorts. But anyways, yeah, I feel like still it's a little bit weird. Not weird, that's a really wrong word for it. But I think how is that? I mean, when it comes to freedom, how is that? How is that freedom if it in the long run, or if I mean, can't isn't that like obvious that that would lead to quite some strange conflicts? I don't see how that have to happen. Like, but anyways, it's like the EU thing with those borders. We have a lot. We have had quite some time now, so we are more or less used to it, I guess. But beggars and so on from Eastern of Europe, but yeah, what to say about that even? But I mean, it's like as if it would be so very difficult with having passports at the borders and so on. It's a very sweet idea that we are all part of the same, or maybe it's just to prevent like wars or conflict. I don't know, but I mean, like no borders are needed and all that. But it was not really difficult beforehand. We could travel anyways. It wasn't like that was a hindrance in that sense. I guess those who some may experience it much easier now, but I don't know. The difficulties that came, I think, are more than the benefits. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, the changes that even in people, I think the way we view others and each other and whatnot, have changed a lot, and the whole society actually. I think to some degree there are good things, obviously. So, but I don't think you can compare now to when I grew up. I mean the how you experience the society to be. It feels more like. And I know I don't talk from my own angle. I really appreciate everything, and I feel like a very rich and lucky person. But I think many, I've heard this from many anyways, that they feel different about it. Yeah, that it's broken and it's going. It's like a downhill thing here. Although recently about this whole, I don't know, whatever. When it comes to certain crimes and so on, they have apparently had this whole, what was it called now, Trojan shield thing. And I don't know, before, I don't know if that, how much that would influence anything, but even before then it was a bit Wild West, even, I guess, all over, but very much so in the South. Um, yeah, I think pretty many perceived it that way anyways. Yeah. How is it to live in Sweden? I just go from facts to I don't know. I don't know. I think I will have to check if anyone talked to me. No, just a hi. I think that I don't know. That's the only thing I say. I don't know, but yeah, I do actually. Oh no, I won't even go there. Oh. There is a supportive system that in some countries there is none of this. We do have some of that, but those, as I said about those beggars, they have no rights here, and they like. I mean, there are free groups who try to support them too. What are these sound? Maybe they are sweeping the street or something. Yeah. Anyway, from Sana or whatever. Yeah, how I speak today. Yeah. Um, and also about education, I've learned. There are a few things that I just briefly know, and I would love to learn more, but still, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you get so depressed by these things also. But it actually comes from that sort of system comes from the Nazi Germany school system. It's built on that. This whole like you know just steering the population into a certain way of viewing things and thinking, and instead of like what I would probably maybe call education, then it's like very, you're given a position on how to think and what's the right way to see it. And that can't be questioned. Anyway, I mean, that's without going too much into that then, because this even will be totally, the whole video blocked. But I speak like this vaguely, strangely, so that probably it won't. But yeah, about this whole protection of civil liberties. It's very interesting, though, that the about the different laws now, or not laws, even the different approach towards various groups when it comes to these specific times we live in, if you say, and how they are implemented, and how some, I mean, if you demonstrate for your freedom or freedom of choice and so on and whatnot, to move freely, whatever, then that is not okay. But I mean, because of the whole risk of disease or whatever. But other things are allowed, so it's not about that. It's about preventing, like it feels at least like that, like as if it is more so about preventing free speech. And also, if the whole care would be about people's health, then why don't keep that? They had this military hospital built up. Why don't even keep that then, so that it would be enough, or have more hired doctors and nurses and so on, so that it would work, the system. It's many were sacked, so to speak. There were many who some years ago, I think it was. As I said, I'm not good at years, numbers, and so on. So, anyways, so yeah, this feels like a really not good trend at all. You know, demand certain intrusions into your free will to even be allowed to travel. Even that, doesn't that like make your all red light just blink like crazy, and warning lamps? I don't know, people don't. I hear that around me, and I think about, I mean, okay, maybe that's to go too far, but I hear people talking about, well, maybe they are skeptical about this whole thing, but they want to still do things that are promoted or propagandized because they say, well, I want to travel, for example. And I don't know if that ever worked in that sense, but we will see. Hopefully, I'm absolutely wrong. I really, really hope so. But I mean, I would assume that those in Germany, when they started saying that these people or those could not like go on the buses or go into the movies or whatever, that others who allowed those changes to happen, that they probably thought like that. Oh, I want to go by bus, so it won't be so bad. But we know. I mean, we do know a lot now. So, I mean, compared to maybe what people did then, about how things can go. And yeah, I really don't get that whole thing. But also, I do get it. Because if you constantly get fed a certain thing, and others around you also like almost control. I mean, yeah, it's a gradual grooming. I would call it that, actually. That's quite clear. And yeah, people are very obedient generally, and also extremely aggressive if you're not. The times that I speak up a little bit, but the times I've mentioned just a few with a few words on like my Facebook, oh, even not with intent to start an argument with anyone, oh, the hate, it's like wild. It's like life and death, and it's also I'm you're then one of those you cannot even touch with, I mean, I don't know what kind of gloves. I mean, you refuse to even answer or speak to, like, and Yeah. Now the bomb planes are here already. They sent a little drone here now, shooting me down. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So anyway, so what is said here, I'm not so sure I would agree a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot, and I just know the surface. That's what I've been able to comprehend at least a bit, and or digest a bit, and realizing that a lot of things that I saw before was or is not as I saw them. And I really protested against that. It's not that I bought into a certain, like, as people usually call these, like conspiracies or so on. Like, it was not like I easily bought that. I was really angrily opposing those ideas. But then I checked it up, or at least some stuff. I mean, some things may be, connecting dots, and maybe some people connect them differently. I don't know. But, anyways, so related to that, and yeah, the let's say the surface knowledge that I have now regarding certain things, I'm not very proud of how we have dealt with things here in Sweden. It's scary, actually. I mean, yeah, there is so many things, so I won't. And also, I really have too little knowledge and even memory for it to talk about it. But yes, I do love our country, and I do love the people living here, although very, very, very obedient. Generally, those that I know, almost everyone, and that is to me a negative, though. Yeah. So let's see. Of course, there are others. Then I mean, that's not the whole truth, but a lot of it, I think. Okay. Now I'll see if anyone have. No, someone just said hi. Oh, should I even go on? I could go anywhere with this. Oh my. Did I even follow up on that? Yeah, I just said it briefly. That one, the psychic thing that I picked up on. Yeah. I was really, really surprised. The thing is, it was the last thing I said. I talked to her for like an hour, telling her what I picked up on, tuning into, and this I really this about this whole, as I thought it was like war prisoners in there. That was the last thing that I mentioned, like brief. As I said, oh, this must be wrong, and I was laughing, like I felt really, really stupid to say that or describing what I saw, because I felt this must be absolutely wrong. So why even say it? I thought that I probably wouldn't say it because this is just impossible, you know. So, but then I thought, okay, I will just excuse it almost, like, and say it anyways. And then she told me it was true. And I mean, that's the thing. Oftentimes, when you do psychic readings or such, you feel like, no, this is too far off. Or so if you get your own ideas or mind into it, then you often go wrong. Rather than just being open to whatever and convey that to the person you do the reading for. So that was kind of the most important thing for her, I guess, that I saw that. And for me, it was also a little bit amazing, since that was too wild for me to be true, but it was. Yeah. Anyways, etymology. The word Sweden is derived from the 17th century Middle Dutch and Middle Low German as early as 1287 references are found in Middle Dutch referring to a land van Sweden, or however you say, land of the Swedes, with Swede as the singular form. In Old English, the country was named Svealand, however they said it. And, oh, I can't say it in its severe, I can't say this. Anglo-Norman of the 12th and 13th centuries used Swane, with adjective as Swanes. In Scots, Swane, never mind even this. Swain, those swine. Appears in the 16th century. Early modern English used Swedeland. The Swedish name Sverige, a compound of the word Svea and rike, like land, like, with lenition of the consonant K, first recorded in the cognates. Oh god, I can't read these words. I just skip them. Literally means realm of the Swedes. Yeah, Sverige, the Swedish Reich, or yeah, land. The realm of the Swedes, excluding the gates in Götaland. Oh, what? Okay. Variations of the name Sweden are used in most languages, with the exception of Danish and Norwegian using Sverige. Faroese, Highlandic, however they say it. A notable exception of some Finnic languages, where Ruotsi Finnish and Ruotsi Estonian, I don't know if I say this right, Ruotsi Finnish and Ruotsi Estonian, maybe it's right, are used. Names commonly considered as referring to the people from the coastal areas of Roslagen, Uppland, who were known as the Rus, and through them etymologically related to the English name for Russia. The etymology of Swedes and thus Sweden is generally agreed to derive from a root Sve, meaning owns or own, one's own. See, one's own, referring to one's own Germanic tribe. Oh, I've never heard that. Okay, I will just check if someone is here. No, not anyone more. Okay. History, prehistory. Maybe this is really good for me to learn. I mean, even if it's not true. I mean, you have to know what is said to even be able to protest against, I guess, if need be. All right, so there's a lot of people like commenting. It's so fun. Also, I usually have all kinds of where there are people commenting. Oh, I will check later, but I usually have different kinds of communications going with myself, and yeah, people cannot relate to certain things that I share or whatever, even though it's very important to me, or I just feel it's fun or whatever. So it seems like more normal people call normal people, they get so happy when I put some other link like I did today when I was out in the nature, and had fun with my nephew and brother, and so and it's like they get happy that I do something or put something up there that is relatable for them. So to me that's half cute, but as long as we keep it on that level where everyone can, I don't know. Anyways, prehistory. Sweden's prehistory begins in the Alleröd Oscillation, a warm period around 12,000 before Christ, with late Paleolithic reindeer hunting camps, and those are reindeer herding people, my Sami people that I came from also, of the Brom culture at the edge of the ice in what is now the country's southernmost province, Scania. This period was, I repeat it, it's not like it's called that, it's just me stuttering. This period was characterized by small bands of hunter-gatherer fishers using flint technology. Oh, that was way back then. Sweden is first described in a written source of Germania by Tacitus in 98 AD. In Germania 44 and 45, he mentions the Swedes as a powerful tribe it's not disgusting, distinguished not merely for their arms and men, but for their powerful fleets, with ships that had a prow at each end, longships. Which kings, kuningas, ruled these Suenas is unknown. But Norse mythology presents a long line of legendary and semi-legendary kings going back to the last centuries BC. As for literacy in Sweden itself, the runic script was in use among the South Scandinavian elite by at least the 2nd century AD. But all that has come down to the present from the Roman period is curt inscriptions on artifacts, mainly of male names, demonstrating that the people of South Scandinavia spoke Proto-Norse at the time, a language ancestral to Swedish and other North Germanic languages. In the 6th century, Jordans names two tribes living in Skansa, both of which are now considered to be synonymous with the Swedes. The Suetidi and Suirans, I don't know. Suetidi is considered to be the Latin form of the Old Norse name for Swedes. Jordanes describes the Suetidi and Dani as being of the same stock and the tallest of people. He later mentions of Scandinavian tribes as being of the same stature. The Suehans were known to the Roman world as suppliers of black fox skins, and according to Jordanes, or however you say, had very fine horses, similar to those of the Thuringi of Germania, you say. The Icelandic historian Snorri Sturluson also wrote the Swedish king Aegils had the finest horses of his day. Wow, I read. I'm so sorry. Well, it's possible to fall asleep maybe to this anyways. Wow, okay. What to say about that then? I don't know what to say about this. I do know. Yeah, that's all I will say about that. Yeah, at least I've been to some where they have these old ruins on stones and so on. When I've lived in south of Sweden, it's not a lot here though. There are some, I think, very few. Maybe not from this old era, but when we come to the Vikings, yeah, I think actually when it comes to the Sami people though, and I can relate to that. I think that this is just my own idea of it though, but I saw this documentary about the Amazon. No, was it the Amazons? It was like those. Maybe I can find it. Even maybe it's not. I have to check if I can find it. Honestly, because I think where the Sami people come from that. I will see. Whatever was that called now? It was like, I don't know. So, no, it's not here. I will see if I can find it. I will sit and just do that now before I come to the Vikings. This has been such an awesome day, so I wanted to check in with you, but I have nothing really important to say. I mean, yeah, maybe that is interesting, but thank you for watching one person. I will just see. It was such a good documentary, interesting, really. But what was it called? The Amazons. Maybe this is the one. Let's see. No, this is not the thing. I don't think. Was that only in Greece? Because this was more like. No, I'm sorry. I have to. Oh, sorry. Put out the sound here. Maybe I can. So you get something good from this, anyways. I will check in if I don't think this was the one. I don't know. Maybe it was though. Sorry, I talked to myself. I tried to check if I've seen this. I don't know. Maybe this is probably something else. I'm sorry, I can't see Justin B. I will just put a link to this, but I think it's absolutely the wrong one. And I don't even know if they were called that, honestly. But it was maybe they were like it was a warrior kind of. Actually, I will put a link to some other things as well. From my other channel, I tried to listen through a few videos. I have like 2,000 videos there. I will never get through them. Oh, and I don't want to erase them though. So, yeah, I will see. Oh gosh, no, I wasn't wrong. I'm sorry that I do like this. I will get back to saying something more or less important. Ayurvedic shit. I write Ayurvedic Shakti instead. Let's see. I will just videos. This one, for example, don't I have that up? I think I don't have it up. I thought I actually had that one with the bear, but no. I think I maybe will have to, although I was being pretty private in that video, I think I will make that public. Anyways, this one about witchcraft, this was quite okay, I thought. Actually, I took time to listen through it against my I will against my sort of patience. This one. If you want to listen to something maybe a little bit more interesting than, and that's on my other channel, me again. Well, anyways, I will look for that documentary another time. But about the Swedes then, which is not the same people as such then. But I obviously have a lot of those as well as my ancestors. So let's see. The Swedish Viking Age lasted roughly from the 8th century to the 11th century. It is believed that Swedish Vikings, and Guttar mainly traveled east and south, going to Finland, Estonia, the Baltic countries, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, the Black Sea, and even as far as Baghdad. Their routes passed through the Dnieper, never mind, south to Constantinople, on which they carried out numerous raids. The Byzantine emperor Theophilus noticed their great skills in war and invited them to serve as his personal bodyguard, known as the Varangian Guard. Varangian, yeah. The Swedish Vikings, called Rus, are believed to be the founding fathers of Kievan Rus. The Arab traveler Ibn Faydan described these Vikings as follows. I have seen the Rus as they came on their merchant journeys and ends in Cape. I'm so sorry how I pronounce things, but by the Etil. I've never seen more perfected. I've never seen more perfect physical specimens, tall as date palms, blonde and ruddy. They wear neither tunics nor kaftans, but the men wear a garment which covers one side of the body and leaves a hand free. Each man has an axe, a sword, and a knife, and keeps each by him at all times. The swords are broad and grooved, of Frankish sort. All right. The actions of these Swedish Vikings are commemorated on many runestones in Sweden, such as the Greece runestones and the Varangian runestones. There was also considerable participation in expeditions westwards, which are commemorated on stones such as the England runestones. The last major Swedish Viking expedition appears to have been the ill-fated expedition of Ingvar the Far-Travelled to Serkland, the region southeast of Caspian Sea. Its members are commemorated on Ingvar runestones, none of which mentions any survivor. What happened to the crew is unknown, but it is believed that they died of sickness. Oh, how boring. Well, there is also many stories about how they were. I mean, this is obviously not how I live. This is far back, but they how they were and what their way of seeing life was and so on. That's revised somewhat. They find new old, stuff. Let's call it that make us look at the history in new ways, and so on. The Kingdom of Sweden. I don't think I will go further away on this right now. This is there. I will just say what comes next here. The Kingdom of Sweden. Won't go there, but there is obviously where I live. But it's not like a kingdom. It's not ruled by any king. The king is just a how was that puppet? But it's just some. He have no power as such. Here. So Swedish Empire, modern history, World War One and World War Two. I wonder what they say about that really here. Post-war era, recent history, and then geography. I've lived in many parts of Sweden, as I said, so or many, but yeah, some at least. I'm more so traveled here around this country than out in other countries. Climate, vegetation. This was maybe not what was interesting. Politics, constitutional framework. Oh, the politics. Here is a picture of king and the queen. Political parties and elections. Oh my, administrative divisions. Political history. Oh, judicial system. Foreign relations. Military. Do we even have a military? Really? Much? Economy, energy, transport, public policy. I wonder when this was even written or by whom. Science and technology, taxes, pensions. Wow, this is something interesting. I will just have to read this little one. Every Swedish resident receives a state pension. Swedish Pensions Agency is responsible for pensions. People who have worked in Sweden but relocated to another country can also receive the Swedish pension. There are several types of pensions in Sweden: national, retirement, occupational, and private pensions. A person can receive a combination of these various types of pensions, which in some cases then is on poverty level. Yeah, there are those who become even homeless, and so even if that may not be something that goes for many, still it's really not good that they don't have more. Or yeah, we just religion, language, religion. Let's see, where was I now? Demographic, yeah. Health, education, immigration, crime, culture, music, architecture, media, literature, holidays, cuisine, cinema, fashion, sports. Wow, that was it. Oh, I had my eyes that aren't all that huge. They got wider and wider just from that. But oh gosh, I'm exhausted. And also I can't read these words well. Oh my. You have to ask me questions about this. And I can't sit and do this by myself just like that because I get too bored. So it's not interesting to me. Yeah. So let's see. I will pick a card instead, just for us randomly. Maybe a card representing Sweden. What about that? I will pick a card for us first. A card for us who listen to this, even if you listen later. If anyone who have come this far should be having one. Okay, let's see now. Oh, then I get several cards. Wow. Where are they then? Actually, it's very sweet. It looks almost like a seal, or actually, I should take a picture of this. I don't have a camera here. I have, oh, this is so sweet. Where is my camera? Maybe it's here though. I'll see. I have in my cup of water, I have been drinking like lemon water. Wait, I'll see if I find it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here it is. I'm sorry. I have like lemon water, and in there, that water, I will put that as a profile picture. I think if I can photograph it. It looks like a hummingbird. It's this like lemon kind of piece of, I don't know. I have to like, if you can see that, I don't know if it really makes sense to anyone else. How does this go? I will see if I can upload this. Anyways, okay. Oh, there is someone else here. Hey, I've been rambling a lot about Sweden. Learning some stuff myself. Oh, sorry, I have the mic here. Right, where is the cards then? I got some cards for us all, and I will read them right now. Some oracle cards. It was 3 cards from the Witch's Oracle. It's for us all. It's the Wand, intention, and the Serpent, power, and the Pentacle, evocation. These cards are so beautiful. This Pentacle card I haven't even seen before, and there are a lot of ravens around there, and lightnings, and I don't know. Even the Wand card is so very beautiful. Today I picked 4 actually feathers when I was out. It was really lovely. Anyways, I will read these and see if you can connect what they want to say together. Intention, power, evocation. maybe not too hard to understand. Let's see. And if you have a question, you can ask that one. But I will read this first. I have to pull you closer to me, though. Hey, do you hear me? Wand intention, formative ethers, focus actions, intention. All of these were upright. Wands act like an extension of one's personal energy, providing a focus for intent and direction. A wand can be dedicated to any practice or deity according to its design. The thyrsus of Dionysus, for example, is topped with a pine cone and used to represent fertility. Could be in many ways. But anyways, wands are still used today by magical practitioners and fairy godmothers alike. Wand represents intentions as well as the focus of these intentions. Perhaps someone's intentions toward you have been unclear, or you are not certain quite how to proceed in a situation. Don't act blindly at this time. Consider where you're going and why. Find your personal motivations. Keep to the intents and purposes of your own reality, and don't be swayed by the intentions of another unless they are in step with your own. Wand in a reading shows that the universe is waiting to act according to the decisions you make, giving you the element of choice in the way you move forward. On a high note, which this is, it's upright, it says maintain focus. And in the low note, it would be challenge apathy. Yeah. But this was the high note. It's very beautiful. And especially now for the summer solstice, Lito, it could be a good thing to make a fertility wand. It's when the power of the sun god, let's say, is at its highest. Then we have serpent, power, ray of creation, sexuality, wisdom. Serpents are associated with myriad deities, including Cernunnos, Ceridwen, and Nemesis. The ram-headed serpent is a symbol often seen in association with the horned god. Their power is also depicted in the myths of Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent of the Mayans, and Ouroboros, the serpent who encircles the earth. When serpent enters your life, you can be assured that creative energy is high. Like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, you have the ability to rise to any challenges at the moment. Serpent is associated with Kundalini, the energy of creation. You may have to shed a skin, having outgrown something in your life. Serpent power brings to you the gift of intimacy. Observe how you crave or avoid close contact with others, and whether your attitude to your sexuality and or creativity requires integration. Let your power rise and express itself in all areas of your life, being as wise as the serpent with any directions you consider. Wow, this really scared me now. What was that? Oh, a message. Oh, I'll check that later. I'll quickly check it. It's a woman she made some sort of thing for me. Let's see, it's called like let's see what it's called. She did like this thing, which I don't even understand at all now. Yet, at least it's called. She will describe it more for me, but let's see what it's called. It's called. It's called Gen Keys. If you heard about that, Gene Keys. Maybe it's in English. Very interesting. I mean, not really very interesting to me still. Or I mean, yet. Maybe if she explains better, maybe I. But anyway, she will explain it now to me. Okay, let's see now. She's a former priest in the church here, and she became a shaman and have now studied these that she found very interesting. And yeah, to me, I don't get it as of yet, but who knows. Um, High note of this: life force energy is now increasing. Be wise, it says, and that is on the high note. And low note would be inhibitations are highlighted. But this is on the high note, so this is a high life energy. And as the wand also, these are actually very sexual cards in themselves, I must say. Both these cards. The wand is like a phallus symbol it's in itself. So, and then we have pentacle evocation. Let's see what that adds to it. And I'm sorry for the sounds where she write messages here. Maybe I should turn this off actually, so she won't keep writing more and making something. So let's see. Pentacle evocation, the elements, manifestation, evocation, protection. The pentacle is a sacred symbol of witchcraft. Each point of the star represents an element. The uppermost point is aspiring to spirit. The pentacle is representative of the earth element in sacred ceremonies and is used with candle magic to earth wishes and dreams. The pentacle is above all protective and is worn to draw in the ways of the wise. Pentacle reveals the need to believe in yourself. A child of nature by heart, you have a reverence for the old ways. Remember your ancient gifts and live in harmony. Pentacle can reveal the need to balance your energies and to maintain sacredness in all that you do. Protection may also be required. Studying, remembering, and application of knowledge are highlighted with this card. And the high note, which this is the ancestors guide you to wisdom. Beautiful. And low note, draw what you need in order to progress. Oh, yeah, you can obviously use the pentacle in many ways. But yeah, I don't know if there is anything to add exactly in this. Is there for us? The ancestors guide you to wisdom. I think there is a lot of important things going on. My name is Star, also my last name, but because this is a star also. I feel like there is a balancing going on, obviously, but also life force is very, very strong, and also sexual energy. And to integrate that, or integrate all of these elements actually, of the earth and spirit at that. So, I just love these so much. They are so beautiful, these cards. All right, we will take a card for Sweden, just to see how it is with our country at the moment, right now, since no one asked for anything. Oh, actually, those are upright though. Also, here we have the Green Man growth, which is very, very. I mean, this is so much in the times now. Actually, I love these because they also give hope about the whole nature of things. I can't stop looking at this like hummingbird thing that I have in my cup here of water. I have to drink it. Oh, now it dissolved. Yeah, should have let it be. Well, let's see. The 10, the Green Man growth. Yeah. So this is the high time of life energy in the world. What is that then? Is it my cat? I don't know what that was. All right. And then the Lady, embodiment, and the horned god, life force itself. Oh, I love these cards so much. And the silver bow, which is love. So the things that are going on now are so very, it says the same thing, but also this is in the air. This is in the whole greater things as well. Silver bow, you say no, silver bow, a silver bow. I can't really describe the cards themselves, but they are extremely beautiful and with lots of detail in them. So beautiful. Oh, wow. I love them so much. So I think these very much point to nature's ability to transform things and reveal things as well, and to have trust in that these energies are greater than those at, let's say, the level of politics and so on. So this is the time of the land itself, I think also it says. Let's see. The green man, growth, root chakra, growth, fertility, prosperity, confidence. Guardian of the natural world and gatekeeper to her secrets, the green man stands for fertility, growth, and protection of the wild. Found on sacred buildings across the Celtic lands, he features prominently in our ancestral past and is the fertile aspect of the horned god, which also was an image of here, so it's very strong message here of the god which is in his highest power on Monday, that is. Yeah, it's really, really strong. Hearn is the hunter-destroyer aspect. The green man represents the masculine aspect of life, taking risks, expressing yourself in the world, moving forward with confidence. Prosperity and richness can now be claimed by those advancing with purpose. Relationships are also highlighted. For men, this card offers opportunities to be a guardian and protector, a strengthening link for others. For women, you are being guided to seek your masculine side and go for it. Yeah, just really. Positive action will bring about positive change. Oh. If there is some conflict in family, social, or intimate relationships, consider whether your relationship is healthy and fertile, or if it's the time to reevaluate. Growth is still possible. Communicate. High note, fertile opportunities are offered. I also think this says, since it said about the whole male men be guardian and protector and strengthening link for others and so on. I don't know where I meant. I mean, this briefly just flashed before my eyes, but still, I think it's something in it. You know, when the men, I think about those whole buffaloes also, how they do. And they have the kids in the center, then the women around the if it's threatening or if they are asleep or I don't know, and they stand like that. The women have a circle around, stands in a circle around those little ones, and then the outer circle there stands the males protecting the women and children. And I think that's a beautiful image and sort of natural, I guess you could say. Anyways, so when we don't, or when we attack the males or that force in nature, you could say, in our own nature as well, and as like as that gender, if we I mean, it's not to say that we shouldn't be aware of inequality in what do you say, inequalities or so on, and address those. But still, when, I mean, it can go so overboard, and it can be like the whole group of humans get like labeled in certain ways and so on, and take away their how can I express this, make it less easy or even more or less impossible for them to to act in this way. Yeah, well, I can't even describe it better, but I hope those who understands, and how that is dangerous, and it can also be a plan in that to first take down those you know well, I won't even try to express it better, but I don't know. This is very beautiful though. And then we have the lady embodiment archetype. I don't like the vibration. It says the vibration of art. Now no one listens anymore. I understand you. Archetype, empowerment, embodiment, character. The lady is another term for the high priestess. She represents the energies of the goddess in sacred ceremonies. This is a good time for that celebration of the height of the sun, and even also within others, but also in nature, the male aspect. The energies of the goddess in sacred ceremonies and ritually embodies the character and quality of chosen deity when magic is being made. Her presence complements that of her lord, the high priest. Together they watch, protect, and guide what happens in the circle. The lady signifies that you may have been feeling different recently. New blood seems to be coursing through your veins, and you are. I don't speak softly. You are changing as a result. It is possible to embody any characteristics we choose, and by doing so, match the energies that are that are presenting themselves to us in our outer world. Yeah, I totally agree. Hi again, whomever left, and maybe come back, or if someone new. The lady indicates that you have the ability to stand up for yourself, even if it doesn't seem like it sometimes. You are the power behind your reality. If your reality does not fit your dream, start to change it now. Call for the energies that are required to fill you with whatever you need. Believe in your own power and your strength. High note, all that you need is present. And then low note, issues of disempowerment are highlighted. But this is on the high note, so it's about having that strong confidence and also celebrating those energies, the sun energies within ourselves and in nature and in others and so. And then we are at the horned god now, the green man and the horned god at the same time. It's with just 4 cards. That's very strong. Root chakra again, inhibitations, life force, joy is what it can represent here. The horned god, also known by other names such as Cernunnos, Herne, or however you say that in English, Dionysus, is god of nature, the underworld, and wild places. In ceremony, he is represented by the ram-headed serpent and the stag, a simple wooden staff that has 2 prongs at its tip. He is the central deity in Wicca and is lord of the earth and guardian to the underworld. And since I grew up out in the forest and so on, I'm really strongly connected to him. Always was. Never felt any. Some feel that this is very strong, little bit wild energy. To me, this is only protective. This is never dangerous, this energy. This is just a relaxing, lovely energy to me, although strong and powerful. And so it took me a long time to connect with the goddess, but she connected to me though. She have been seeking me and communicating with me, and so but this I felt immediately connected to him, and constantly do, and always did, even when I was a kid, although I didn't know a name for that. Let's call it presence or energy or so. If the horned god appears, your desires may be out of balance. You may be feeling the need to seek more genuine joy and deeper connectedness in your life by freeing emotions and inhibitions. But life is not always about having a good time. Be responsible and committed too. The Horned God reminds us that we need to give thanks for what we receive to celebrate our life. If you are stressed or unwell, he indicates that you may need this time to be natural, to be yourself. If it seems that your life is not your own, reintegrate yourself with those who support and affirm who you would like to be. Let go. At the high note, fun and celebration are indicated, and at the low note, find what makes you truly happy. But there will be celebration. I hope you celebrate the midsummer or sun solstice. Very, very high energies here. You can do very, very strong magic at this time, obviously. It's very supported. And then we have the silver bow, love as well. Yeah, there's a lot of that around. The heart, love, health, happiness. The silver bow is an apple branch, symbol of the goddess of love, Venus Aphrodite, and the Celtic Branwen. I hope you say Celtic. I always wonder about certain things that I never check up. Well, anyways, when cut widthways, the positions of the seeds of the apple produce a pentacle, indicating a spiritual power that is present in the fruit. There is also golden bow, which is the mistletoe plant, most sacred when growing on an oak tree. The silver bow brings the gift of love and happiness to you. Whatever you have experienced recently will now be blessed by rays of loving kindness and brought to the heart or center of your attention. This card could indicate that a marriage, union, partnership, or celebration is coming to you or leaving. This is coming to you because it's related to other cards in this reading, so it's coming to you. If you have been thinking about your health, now would be the time to focus upon a healthy lifestyle. Responding with love when this card appears will strengthen your own heart and increase loving vibrations in all areas of your life. High note, the heart is open to love and harmony. And low note, hold desires and wants in check. Yeah, but will be open to love and harmony. And also, which is interesting, since this was the cards for our country. I don't know how to. It's this out of balance thing may have something to do with that, though. But to me, it feels like it's a very strong male force, obviously, in these cards. So whatever that represents to you, though. But I also think that this focuses on the natural energies mainly, and how we are the ones using those and creating what we do with this in this area or with this land, so to speak, we who are here. And also maybe it could celebrate, this whole waning. I mean, after this midsummer, then the summer have to end, and the light have to. I mean, the sun have to wane. It becomes lesser and lesser sunlight, and even though it's transformed and goes into the food, the grains and the fruits and the vegetables and so on. So, and it grows in there, this sunlight, still, and life. Still, it's after this heightened time, it's a downward thing. So it's almost like these cards are saying, celebrate now while you can, a little bit like that. And also using these energies for the benefit of all. And make the changes that we actually can do if we are aware, and if we do them, then we have the ability to do so. But this is a high time when things are really good here still. And I think this can indicate that it will not stay like this. So we should celebrate, but also use our strength and focus and energy to balance things and to integrate love in a greater sense. Yeah. And this is very much to celebrate these cards are very much about to celebrate the good in males as well, I think. Not only, of course, because here is also the lady embodiment and so. Yeah, I will leave you with that, I think. Or will I? Have to check this a little bit more. They are so beautiful. I'm totally entranced when I see these cards even. Yeah, we need to bring in more love and harmony, and we can't do that by dismissing. I mean, the polarity is also to be celebrated. It's complementary. So, yeah, it talks very much about how we can embody this. We can sort of keep things in check, in order, so that it doesn't go out of hand, and complement each other as well. Yeah. There is so much high energy here now in our country as well. And I don't know where you live, and maybe you're not so interested in this, but but you got some other cards there for that. So maybe one more card just for a random question you may have. If I get several, you will have to choose one of them then. Think of a question, even if you listen to this later on then. Oh no, they have just said it all. It seems like I will have to. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I also wavered in between two questions, so I must choose now what questions I want. Yeah, I want this one. Okay. Oh, then they immediately answered. So you will have to pick. There are 4 cards. You have to pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. And they are actually the low note. These are reversed, all of them. So the first 1, 2, 3, or 4 for an answer to your question, whomever you are. The first is the familiar and ally. Here in the picture, there is a wolf, a spirit animal totem, let's say. And the next card is the cauldron, the womb. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, wow. I just love these cards so much. And then we have the crystal ball, insight, for number 3. And there is a eagle of the night, the owl flying above it also. And then we have number 4, cone of power, energy. And there is, I guess, here is the signs of God, Yahweh, in this in the center here for some reason. I think so. Anyways, or maybe it's like some people connect that to the elements, actually, the 4 elements. So maybe that's why it's here, yeah, because there are also 4 elements on the sides. So, okay, I will just start reading about the familiar. But all of these are in the low notes, so we need to learn something here. Okay. Ally, astral vibration. Ally, support, friendships. The familiar in witchcraft is like the power animal of shamanism, acting as a protector and guide through the astral realms. Owls, ravens, cats, and crows will regularly appear as a familiar, although any creature can volunteer to be a guardian and guide. Witches' pets were persecuted along with their owners during the Dark Ages, a cruel fate for all concerned. When the familiar appears, it indicates that friendships are highlighted, as are allies to your cause. Observe where contacts with others is taking you. Let's see. Observe where contacts with others is taking you, celebrating harmony and challenging conflict. Call upon your familiar to watch situations for you and to warn you of anything demanding careful attention to detail. You may require the help and support of close friends. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need. And since this is a low note, I will just read that. Be a good friend, guard your tongue. Oh my, I didn't choose that one. Luckily then. So now, okay. And the cauldron is the second card. The womb. Sacral chakra vibration. The void, potential, wise intention. The cauldron is central to the old religion, associated particularly with Ceridwen, a Celtic crone goddess of the dark moon. It symbolizes the void, the deep, and the source of creation, the womb of life, filled with the potential to be realized. It is the creator who feels the void, the enchanter who decides upon the focus for any incantation spoken over it. Cauldron symbolizes the potential you have at this time to create your own reality, your own direction and outcome. But be aware that as creator, you will need to be fully conscious of what you're trying to achieve. If you place love and compassion in your cauldron and stir it with wisdom, you are likely to create the same thing in your world. As you give, so shall you receive. Pregnancy is likely, as is the birth of a new situation in your life. Welcome the state of emptiness that comes before any major change or growth. Fill it with intentions that enhance your situation and so give birth to a life you love living. And this is also low note. What you put in is what you get out. So this could be like a little bit of a warning here as well, to really consider that sort of. And then we have crystal ball. Let's see. The third card is the crystal ball. Third eye chakra vibration, insight, vision, divination. This is also good at this time of the year, many times of the year, but anyways, now in fire. So the crystal ball is well known as and well loved. Let's start over. To scry in fire, I mean. Anyway, the crystal ball is a well known and well loved divinatory tool. Most commonly made of clear crystal, it is used for delving into the psyche and for divining the future. It should be rested upon a dark cloth in a room that is softly lit. This will help to facilitate clairvoyant vision. Crystal ball shows that you have the ability to see in its real sense, to see beyond illusions and distractions, having a sense of many levels. Once we can detach from third-dimensional restrictions, we can travel the other realms to find what it is we seek. Potentials and possibilities can be realized now, because your vision is clear enough to bring them into reality. Clarity of vision can sometimes seem isolating, just as each drop of water makes up a river and each river makes up an ocean. Follow the course that is right for you, and you will meet up with others whose river is flowing to the same ocean as yours. This is so very beautiful, but it's a low note, so follow your own counsel. I think the low notes in these cards are sort of warnings. It's important not to listen too much to others here. You know in yourself. Follow that. And then we have the cone of power for 34. It's the number 34, but for the fourth, I mean, yeah. Cone of power, energy, solar plexus chakra vibration, energy, focus, concentration. This solar energy is also obviously the summer solstice. It's high. This chakra is very strong and can be strengthened easily this time. The cone of power is a term used to signify building up a force of conscious energy and then sending it to something requiring attention. This could be a healing cone, a protective cone, a creative cone, in fact, any form of energy. The Dunkus hat, for example, was intended to energize the mind. Dunkus. What do you mean? Well, I don't know what I mean. The witch's hat also takes its shape from the cone. Yeah, to raise energy, you know that probably. Cone of power signifies that you have energy at your disposal and that this can be utilized for the highest good. Focus upon your intentions, feed any creative flames with positive affirmations, and consider what you may like to give to others to help them on their path. Opportunity is available for fresh energy to illuminate an old or tired situation. Your energy will be required, so expect a call. There's someone I would like to call about this, but I won't bother that one though. If he wants to meet up, he will. If things have become too serious or intense, find places and situations that will feed and nourish you. Let others lead sometimes so you can rest. Look also at the possibility that you are taking from life without giving back. Be mindful. So the low note here also, be appropriate with your energy. That's the message. So, I just love these cards so much. But there is one hanging in here with me. You don't want a card or so. I will continue to ramble a little bit then, because about these things that I said earlier, I mean, there are obviously I have some thoughts listening to myself and all that, but I haven't tuned in actually. That's so weird sometimes when I can do that and I don't do it. Why don't I? I like to be confused, kind of, it seems. But also, it's very difficult to, aside from that whole being a psychic, still you need to like logically or with experience make decisions or take a stand. And I for sure about this whole gender thing, I for sure did not mean to down anyone in any position. What I think though is that sometimes in our great willingness to protect others, we may also cause and maybe sometimes more harm. I don't mean in that particular example, but I mean with the sports and that, but since I don't care much about those things. But I mean, overall, there is another thing in this country that I was pretty much a part of, since I had so set ideas about things and learned that I was wrong. I mean, I didn't learn that I was wrong by someone saying I was wrong. It was me discovering and realizing I'm wrong here. I've been so... I don't even understand how you cannot see certain things that is so obvious, you know. But I couldn't, and I realized there are those who can't. But I was fiercely protective of my views, or my way of protecting others as well with those views, without like even actually considering that to listen to something else, or even, you know, I was aggressively against. I mean, I was like a wall when I heard certain viewpoints. I couldn't like. I just pushed them away immediately without even thinking that that could come from a place of a good intent also. So, and that's a lot going on, I think, in this country, back and forth, and certain things cannot be, as with this that goes on this time. I met, as I mentioned, this guy that I met today. He also shared that he knew. I mean, that have obviously been in the papers. I have not read that, and they have gotten some. I don't know, money for it or something. But he mentioned that a friend of his took these AstraZeneca vaccine and got really first was he talked to that friend that night, and that one was say, oh, I had a little bit of a pain or whatever in there, but was totally fine. And then it went some days, and a couple of days, or that Friday, a couple of days later, that person went really, really sick and couldn't breathe, and the ex-girlfriend called. And I'm sorry if anyone listening to this knows who that is. I don't know who that is. But she is a nurse, though, and hopefully I don't offend someone saying these things now. And she called, and he could hardly speak because he couldn't breathe. And he went in acute and got some. Yeah, they told her that we don't know if we will be able to keep him, that he will survive. So yeah, anyways, he did, and but she decided to refuse to take any of these after that experience, though. And I mean, that's probably maybe not many, we will see, but still, yeah, well, I just think about these whole choices and everything. I mean, and about or more so, the thing that I started to say, that that you cannot have certain viewpoints, or you will be shunned. No, is that the right word? You will be like outcast of sorts. To me, I mean, I've said to certain people my viewpoints on certain things, and they just look at me like, okay, you don't even know what you're talking about, and you are like weird. So they kind of, it's like they won't. Some people that I know, they won't even get upset. Those that I meet up face to face, people are more aggressive online, though. But many people also just don't want to get into discussions, so they just stay silent there as well. But if you meet them, I can see that they just look at me like, okay, you have lost it all, and that's fine with me. But usually I don't even. I know there is not much point in certain situations other than, making them. It's almost like when I had these experiences also recently with someone who wanted cards and so on, and it was fun, and we have pulled cards and whatnot. And this person's situation, I don't care about the situations. I mean, we all are on a journey changing things and so on. No one is fully there. If we were perfect, we had nowhere else to go, kind of. It would be boring. But and it's not about that, but about the honesty in what one says and wants and so on. And then I'm very upfront, and that's easy to take. I mean, it's easy to take for myself. Recently I read a book, I keep reading it actually, but anyways, where the author there is super upfront, and I'm so angry at that one because I feel it really hits home, and I know that, well, he's more harsh than I used to be, but I used to be like very straightforward, even when it hits, even when people feel like, oh, I hope I had some. Oh, I almost had no energy, energy in the computer. Anyways, I put that in now. So, yeah, there was a clash there. I couldn't cope with that anymore because it had been many different things that I had let go of, but still, when it keeps coming back, that things don't add up, when people lie to me as if I care about their situations, it becomes very weird when they refuse to listen to. I don't try to push cards or their meanings on anyone, but when they really want to say that that's wrong at the same time as everything shows that that's correct. I mean, that, never mind. But it feels like that when you discuss certain topics with people as well, that they, they can't take it even beforehand. So why continue? The only thing you can do is walk away from there and let them deal whenever they need to or want to, because they would just tighten up even more. So kept if you kept like pushing, so and also keep feeling like they have to protect themselves from you, as if you are like attacking them just because you see things, and they're upfront about that. So, and that is the case sometimes when it comes to certain subjects as well. So it's easier not to hide away, but to just maybe put a little seed out, and if they are ready to pick that seed up or nourish that one, they will, or else they won't. And it's their path in their time and whatever. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that I think it's many times healthier to just back off and let people do whatever. Anyways, I will pick a last card then for the whole world because you live maybe in different parts of the world. So this is the last one. Okay. How it will go is this a future one, about the future. Okay. The lady, she's coming back. Now we got that again. I will read it again though, but now it's it was actually right beforehand too. The lady, yeah, she's bringing this into balance. Embodiment. But the archetype. But I think in one way I can like the whole archetype idea when it comes to everybody, not only like the spirit realm or so on, but we as humans also are like archetypes. Then we project what we are. Anyways, empowerment, embodiment, character. The lady is another term for the high priestess. She represents the energies of the goddess in sacred ceremonies and ritually embodies the character and quality of chosen deity when magic is of a chosen deity when magic is being made. Her presence complements that of her lord, the high priest. Together they watch, protect, and guide what happens in the circle. Again, this whole calling, isn't that here? No, that must not maybe here. I will just read. The lady signifies that you may have been feeling differently recently. New blood seems to be coursing through your veins, and you are changing as a result. It is possible to embody any characteristics we choose, and by doing so, match the energies that are presenting themselves to us in the outer world. This is very, very important and deep, and we get this card 2 times. And for now, and also for the world, we need to embrace this and know who we are and what our powers are. And yeah, The lady indicates that you have the ability to stand up for yourself, even if it doesn't seem like it sometimes. You have the power behind, you are the power behind your reality. That one. You are the power behind your reality. Yeah. If your reality does not fit your dream, start to change it now. Call for the energies that are required to fill you with whatever you need. Believe in your power and your strength. All that you need is present. So, we are the ones we have been waiting for, as they used to say. But that's so true. That's so true. But we need to get it. And we get it on different levels, I feel, all the time. You know, first we get it and then we forget it. Then we get it on a deeper level or a wider one. And then it keeps going like that. We keep get reminded by reality, though, who we are, which is awesome. So don't take my word for it. Listen to yourself. You are the one you've been waiting for. So I will end now, but I will check in some other day. Maybe, maybe because I'm a little bit curious, though. Maybe continue with the Swedish things, although I didn't follow through on what was requested. Requested really, but yeah. At least I started rambling about things I tried to keep out of these videos. Well, a bit about it though. So I hope I did not offend. Well, actually, I don't know if I hope that. I hope that you feel free to say your piece if you have anything to add. I'm open to anyone sharing their ideas or view on things. So even if it doesn't, even if it is not the same as mine. So okay, I will go now. Take care and thanks for the one hanging out with me for now. And much love, blessings, and have a good celebration if we don't talk until after the solstice. Yeah. Bye for now.